Hey guys, hope you're all doing well, staying safe out there. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me, Belesh Lily. So if recently you've been asking yourself, why is this happening to me? This is your answer. This is your pick a card reading. Because here we're going to be taking a look at why a particular situation is happening to you. What is the universe, the spirit, your spiritual team trying to show you, and what is the most likely outcome of this particular situation? So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at today's options. Option number 1, this is your crystal over here, and this is the gorgeous starstone. Option number 2, turquoise. Option number 3, mystical moonstone. So see which crystal, which option you're most drawn to. Don't overthink it. If you do need a bit more time to make your decision, pause the video because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number 1. Option number 1, hi and welcome to your reading, my darlings. I'm going to put you here in the center of the universe so that we can channel your energies. And first, let's go ahead and take a look with the tarot cards as to what is actually going on, what the universe has to say about your situation. The 7 of Swords, the Justice coming through in reverse, and the 8 of Swords. So you guys could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be, but they're showing me somebody who is overthinking at this particular moment. Quite a few of you, option number 1, you could have been stuck in a very unfair situation. In a very unfair situation where you don't have control of this situation whatsoever. You could be blaming yourself for something you think you could have done in the past to not have this situation, but your spiritual team is coming through. They're saying you would have ended up here anyways because it's fated. So there's no use in trying to be self-critical at this particular moment. There's no use in trying to tell yourself, how could I have been so silly as to not see something? Because a lot of you guys have been fooled. Option number 1, you've literally been taken advantage of, either by your boss, by somebody you loved. Some of you could have been conned, like literally conned for money. Somebody might have borrowed money from you and not given it back to you. For some of you might have been dragged into some sort of legal dispute over something you didn't do. Or it could be your family that's currently dealing with it, dealing with the situation. For others of you, there's a very strong energy of the Tower. Just the overall feel of this is like things are kind of crumbling down and you feel like there's loads of fear. There's loads and loads of fear. And you might be thinking, have I done something wrong? Have I angered gods in one way or another? Have I made so many mistakes? Is this karma? Right? But the answer over here is no. What is going on with you at this particular moment? It has it's out of your control for a lot of you. It's the consequences of certain actions you did in the past, but they're telling me for a lot of you, you would have ended up here in any way. Even if you behaved differently or acted differently, because this energy that you're in at the moment, there's a particular lesson in it. There is a particular lesson in it. But I do feel a lot of you guys, there's an energy maybe that you're trying to run away from something, or you feel like you have to hide, or you feel like the world is just a very unfriendly place. For some of you, you guys have been forced out of your homes or out of your positions, something that's quite stable, and you're just feeling like this is so unfair. Where's the justice? Where's the universe? Where's the spirit? What is going on at this particular moment? Let's take a look at your rune. Let's take a look at the rune that came out for your reading. Yeah. With Hagalaz, yeah. I mean, it's the rune of destruction. It's the rune of the Tower. Very much the rune of Tower. So I feel for a lot of you guys, things are just kind of crumbling down. It's like they're showing me like a card house where you pull one card and all of the rest start coming down. So I feel for a lot of you guys, there were a lot of revelations. And I think a lot of you, for option number one, you had to mature really quickly. You had to mature really quickly, and you had to understand that the world isn't what you envisioned it to be. It isn't a fair place. There are a lot of people who lie, cheat, and steal, and do other things. And here it's like a lot of things that you believed in, they come crumbling down. And maybe some plans. But here, the main message for you so far, option number one, is that it isn't your fault and you're not being punished. So you need to stop looking for fault within yourself. Because you might have been misled into thinking that you can control everything and you can control the universe, and as soon as you think of something, it happens. That's not always the case. There's some things that we can control, some things that we can't control. And here they're telling me you're kind of like stuck in this energy of trying to build something up, and then it comes crumbling down, and then you try to build something up, and then it comes crumbling down. So let's take a look at the oracle cards and to see why this is happening to you. It's interesting how we got the outlaw card, right? And we got the justice coming through in reverse. This is what we call an internal revolution, right? They're telling you you've been standing very close to something. You weren't able to see the bigger perspective, the higher perspective. You weren't able to see something behind those swords of fear. Now, when it comes to the outlaw, this is when you break down old laws. And this is where you break down the laws that you lived by, that you abided by, that weren't really serving your true authentic self. And the outlaw, this is when we go through the internal revolution where we say, all right, you know what, F it all. I'm just gonna do me. And I think for a lot of you guys, you were like somebody who was really abiding by certain rules, regulations, but deep down you kind of always felt that there was more to life. Now, with a higher perspective, guys, a lot of you are quite intuitive, and some of you might even have psychic powers over here. But I think you were in a very repressed energy. And it could be that for some of you guys, they're showing me that you're in a place, maybe in a country or a place or in a community where a lot of your ideas, a lot of your, like how you were expressing yourself, they were either repressed or even punished, right? And here there's this energy of liberation through chaos. Liberation through destruction. The universe came in and said, okay, well, this is what needs to happen for you to free yourself, for you to feel like you create your own laws, you create your own life, for you to feel free, for you to get out maybe of the victimhood mentality, right? And for you to realize that not everything is your fault. Like, it doesn't take away your responsibility, but you need to realize that you guys tend to take on a lot of guilt that isn't yours. And your spiritual team is coming through and they're saying you need to understand that not everything can be controlled by you. The only thing you can do is control how you react to things. And even that sometimes can be very hard to do. But you are going through internal revolution so that you can break free from the chains, from the shackles that you have internally. I want to get more info on the fear card. Let me see. I want to get a little bit more specific about the fear. And then we'll take a look at the outcome of this whole situation. Show me. A lot of you guys have social anxiety. A lot of you guys have an imposter syndrome, where you feel like you won't be accepted. You feel like you don't really belong. You feel like you don't really fit in. So it's this energy where you feel like when you have to come together with somebody, you don't really have anything to offer. Or what you have to offer, it won't be accepted, or it won't be appreciated. Show me more. Where your talents aren't being seen, but the funny thing is they aren't really being seen by you. So you're projecting your own fear onto others at this particular moment. You're afraid of your own growth, of your own possibilities, of what you can become. Some of you guys are afraid of success, afraid of wealth, literally. Some of you keep thinking, maybe because of like where you were brought up or how you were brought up, you keep thinking that I don't know, there's something like, even if you're not doing anything wrong, you might be afraid like that you're doing something wrong. Does that make sense? A lot of you guys are leaders over here, by the way. Leaders, natural born leaders with the King of Coins. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy coming through very strongly. For some of you, Aries is coming through like a fire, like a breathing dragon. For quite a few of you, by the way, guys, they're telling me that the way that you earn money, there's a different way. The way that you earn money, there's a different way. So if you guys have been forced out of your job, or you've been like forced out of a stable income, or forced out of the country, or you've been mistreated and misguided, this is where they are teaching you to stand up for yourself and find a way to earn money, to make a living that makes you happy and that makes you feel stable. Yeah? It's teaching you, for a lot of you, it's teaching you how to deal with finances and how to trust yourself in the long term. Yeah. With the Four of Swords over here. Teaching you how to rely on yourself, how to be calm in the eye of the storm, how to stand up for yourself and speak your truth, for sure. And how to plan and execute long-term strategies. With the Four of Swords over here. Okay, let's take a look at where this situation is leading you. Right? What will be the outcome of this situation now that you know everything that you know? Let's take a look. If you guys are interested, by the way, this is the Tarot, the Darkness of Light Tarot. Nice new deck that I got. Okay, see, it's like this energy of the sun. Look at this, and it didn't want to come out. I mean, because this just illuminated the whole circle, the whole, like, I don't know, they're telling me like illuminating the whole floor, illuminating the whole table, everything. Feel the energy of happiness. I mean, feel it right now as you're listening to my words. Feel the energy of joy and happiness overcome you, because this is what this whole darkness, internal revolution is leading you to. For a lot of you guys, it's to literally experience what true happiness is. For some of you, there's indication of conception of a child, if you do want to have a child. For others of you, it's finally being able to be happy, to be seen, to reconnect with your internal child. So some of you guys could have been doing a lot of internal child, inner child work. releasing blocks, working with your solar plexus chakra, working with the citrine crystal. Clarity and peace of mind, and being able to have fun, guys. Some of you are meant to keep on fighting when it comes to this particular case. So there's like a division of assets, or there's some sort of mistrial or something like this. They're saying that you need to keep on fighting until you win, because you will win. And there's this joy where you step for yourself. And now you know, and now you experienced this thing. And now you know how strong you are. Now you know what you're capable of. And it will give you this fresh new perspective. A fresh new perspective on who you are and what it is that you want to do. Some of you guys could be Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But here it's this something that wasn't really manifesting, something that was stuck, something that you were delaying for some reason. It's coming into manifestation with the Strength over here. This is when you feel really confident, guys. This has everything to do with the solar plexus chakra for you, option number 1. You're feeling stronger, you're feeling more confident within yourself. You're feeling like you can overcome so much more. And you got to know you. You got to know you, the real you, the authentic you. And you realize you don't have to fight with certain parts of yourself. You have to make friends with them. You've tamed your own beast. You've tamed your own beast, option number 1. Alright, my darlings, this is where I'm going to end your reading. Now, you hopefully won't be able, you won't be asking why this is happening to me, because now you know. And yeah, my darlings, hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you don't miss out my other content. For personal reads, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. Make sure to check it out. Alright, my darlings, take care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 2, and welcome to your reading if you're drawn to the turquoise. Let's put you in the center of the universe over here and find out why is this happening to you. So I'm going to start off with the tarot cards first, just to take a look at the current energies of your situation. So think about your question. Why is this happening to me? Let's take a look. 6 of Swords being in reverse, 5 of Cups over here, and we have the Hangman. Okay, so there's this energy where they're showing me a repeating cycle over and over again. You guys being unable to surrender, to let something go. You're still holding on to something. And just overall pessimistic energy that's coming through in this particular reading for you, lovely option number 2. I think some of you might have wanted to relocate, or you could be dealing with a long distance relationship over here, or with a person who can't quite make up their mind. Do they want to be with you? Do they not want to be with you? Is it fate? Is it not fate? And they kind of like, they have to think about it, and then we think about it, and then they love you, and then you love them, and then something happens. So it's kind of like being disappointed with the situation that isn't moving forwards. So it's either a cycle that repeats itself, right? Especially when we're talking about being unable to move somewhere, or even if you guys move or relocate, it feels like the energies keep moving with you. Does that make sense? So there's like a lot of expectations, and then you guys, when like you're facing the reality, the expectations and the reality, they clash, right? And they kind of leave you, with the 5 of Cups, they kind of leave you upset over here. A lot of you guys, you felt like you put something into into like a person or relationship or business, you've put so much, like all of that, pretty much all of your resources you've put into it, and you really didn't get much in return, or you're not getting very much in return. And with the Six of Blades, it does feel like a lot of you guys want to move. Maybe you want to move and teach English. Maybe you want to move and find a new job. Maybe you want to move and just kind of freelance for a little while. And like your plans kind of came crumbling down, or you just can't seem to make the move. So you're like wondering, like, why does it keep repeating? It's almost like they're telling me, like, I give it my all and I don't get anything back, or I don't get enough back. Let's take a look at your rune, and then I'll pull out a couple more cards. Loneliness. This is what they're showing me. With the Gebu rune is a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful rune. But here they're showing me, surrounded by these cards, loneliness. Even when you're with somebody, the energy of internal loneliness and feeling like you don't necessarily belong somewhere. A lot of you, they're showing me, you're trying to either surround yourself with the wrong people, or you try to maybe go to certain coping mechanisms, such as overspending, overeating, overworking, overdoing something, overindulging in something in order to hide the loneliness. Some of you might be thinking like, okay, I'm going to get a pet and this is going to be enough. Pets are beautiful and they're fantastic companions, okay, but it's not enough. It really isn't enough. You need more. You need more to feel fulfilled. You need more to feel happy. And there's a disconnect here because of something that happened very long time in the past. It could be like you come from a broken family and there's love that's missing. They're showing me love that's missing from a very, very long time ago. And you kind of maybe go around your world, you go around the world looking for this love, looking for like those pieces of you. And they're showing me like it's the energy of loneliness. For a lot of you, it's been a very long time since you felt connected to somebody, since you felt, good being able to open up or being able to be intimate with somebody. But the interesting thing is, my darlings, like why this is happening to you is so that you can find your tribe, so that you can stop looking. Let's get a little bit more over here, because this is a very interesting way of doing it. Like the universe is not leading you on the straight path, because here it's like there's so many layers, and I feel like because there's so many layers to you, my darlings, and you know when somebody says, oh, in my past life, but they mean in this life. This is what I feel for you. I'm going to explain this a little bit more. I feel like you guys have had so many experiences. Option number 2, maybe you lived in different countries, or you've been married and divorced and then married again, or you had to, or maybe you didn't have to, maybe you wanted to change your career. So it feels like within one life that you're living, you already lived several lives, because they were so filled with so many emotions, with so many occurrences. But they're like leading you toward this energy of love, of union, of family, because this is what Gebu is all about. This is a beautiful and magical rune. The rune of family, the rune of coming together, the rune of soul tribe. The void. See, yeah, again, they're showing me the emptiness. The void. Where you just feel like empty inside. You could be like, at least for some of you guys, you're very good looking. You're very good looking. You might be quite successful to some people. Like, yeah. Like some people see you as somebody who's incredibly successful. Some people see you as beautiful and successful. And I think a lot of people tend to wonder, like, why isn't she happy? Or why isn't he happy? like what's missing in their life. And this is especially true if you guys have a family, but your family isn't fulfilling you and you're not fulfilling your family, right? If you're staying in a family just for the kids, or if you're with the person maybe just for like financial security or things like this, or for legal reasons, behind all of these walls, there's still the void that isn't being filled. So why this is all happening to you is so that you guys can understand that if you try to fill this void with money, it won't work. If you try to fill this void with shopping, it won't work. If you try to fill this void with just people who come and go, it won't work. If you try to fill this void with, I don't know, traveling and everything and anything, it won't work. They're saying you can put up the walls and you can try, but you will still have to address the void. You will still have to see what's missing. Because look at this, the energy of release. For quite a few, you're saying it's time to move away because there's something that you don't want to release. A memory of something in the past, maybe a certain idea that you held on to, or a person that you're holding on to at this particular time, trying to convince yourself that, things will get better, things will work out, or, like this path is the right one. But for quite a few of you, they're saying that no. The longer you ignore yourself, the longer you ignore this feeling of emptiness, it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter where you move. If you're not addressing the issue, it will stay. And this is why this is happening to you, lovely option number 2. Because they're leading you towards love. They're leading you towards union, like real intimate stuff. The stuff that's actually quite scary. Okay, let's take a look in a little bit more detail how the universe is doing it. And then we'll find out, what the outcome of the situation is going to be. Show me a little bit more about how the universe is trying to get you out of this maze. Some of you guys might have been in a third-party situation and just completely withdrew, stopped trusting people with the 3 of Cups. Even if you're at a party, even if you're around with people, you just feel like you're different. You feel like, damn, I'm just like, I'm not part of this. It's a very strong energy where they're showing me like where you just don't understand where you belong. Yeah, the Moon. You're afraid of making a mistake. They're showing me you need to face your fear of making a mistake, of messing up again. Because for sure, you're going to mess up again. We are all going to mess up again. Some things we're going to get right, some things we're going to mess up. It's the way that it is. But it shouldn't stop us from taking a shot. And they're saying that this is what you need to understand. That you still need to be able to open up. And it doesn't mean that, as soon as you open up, that's it. Yeah, there are still going to be some mistakes. There are still going to be some people who might not be nice to you. But now you have the experience. Now you have your intuition. And now it's unlikely to happen. But you need to face your fear because a lot of things you're like, you don't seem to trust yourself. You don't trust people, you don't trust the universe, you don't seem to trust yourself. So every time you're trying to take a shot here with the 8 of Wands, and this does have a lot of sexual energy to it, you feel like it's a mistake. So why even bother? So they're saying you do need to face your fears when it comes to it. let's say that you do that. Let's find out what this situation could lead you to. What could be the outcome? That'll be option number 2, so that you won't have to ask, why is this happening to me? You'll know. Because you need to come out into the light. Energetically, you guys need to come out into the light. They're showing me that you, and this is going to be incredibly maybe shocking for some of you, especially for those of you who are like introverted introverts, and you know, if you have social anxiety, a lot of you guys, you're meant to be popular and you're meant to be seen, because this is something that you are craving, guys. The energy of acceptance, that energy of love, of acceptance. For some of you, it's admiration, and that's absolutely fine. Because the Six of Wands is the energy of victory. Some of you, you're so used to losing in life that you're afraid of this victory. Like you're afraid you won't be able to deal with it. But they're saying, no, you are going to be able to deal with it. Stop being humble. Stop trying to make yourself unseen. Because your soul crew over here, your soul tribe, wants you to radiate your light so that they can be attracted to you, so that they can find you, and vice versa. Everybody's working on themselves. But when people radiate their true and authentic energy, it's much easier to find your person, your people, your tribe, your soulmate, your whoever you're looking for. But quite a few of you, my darlings, they're showing me that you're meant to be popular, famous, seen. For a lot of you, suppressed sexuality coming through here strongly, very strongly, exactly. For quite a few of you, option number 2 with the turquoise, it's happening to you so that you can learn to not be too hard on yourself for making mistakes, for choosing the wrong people, wrong relationships, wrong countries, I don't know, wrong lottery numbers, wrong type of cheese, all sorts of things, so that you give yourself a break. So that you don't like go into this whole perfectionism like rubbish, and you don't think that you have to be perfect, or you have to look a certain way or behave a certain way in order to find a partner, in order to be accepted somewhere, in order not to be cheated on again, in order not to be betrayed again, and so on and so forth. Now give yourself a break for the times you messed up and own up to it. Say, yeah, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I'm a human being. A human being. And we learn in our mistakes. So you face your fears. You face your fears, and it's interesting. Yeah, some of you might have an imposter syndrome as well. Especially those of you who are somehow linked to artistic endeavors. You might be thinking that, you know, people are going to see the real you, that you're not really talented, that you don't really have the gift, that you're not really this, you're not really that. But they're saying that, you know, you need to face the music. You need to face your fears. Because in reality, you have so much more to offer than you think. And once you realize that, they're telling me that there is going to be somebody new coming through into your life. Somebody new with a very powerful energy, by the way, to match your powerful energy that you're no longer hiding. All right, lovely option number 2. I'm going to end your reading here. Don't forget to claim the magic of this reading down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. If you guys are up for a personal read, do send me an email. The email is in the description box below. To get with the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much more. Make sure to check it out. Alright, my darlings, take care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 3, hi and welcome to your reading. I'm going to put you here in the center of the universe. And yeah, today we're taking a look at why is this happening to me, rather why is this happening to you. Let's take a look at your current situation with the tarot. This is the Darkness of Light Tarot in case you guys are interested. I have the Two of Cups coming through in reverse. The Empress coming through in reverse, and we have the Devil. Alright. So here we're talking about you guys being unable to fully embody your feminine energies, even if you are a male watching this. You guys find it hard to receive. I think you guys are givers. A lot of you have experienced a lot of codependent relationships over here. When we're talking about romance and we're talking about friendships, right? So you guys just are like a magnet to energy vampires, to people who tend to just take a lot of things from you, leave you dry, is it high and dry, and do their own thing, right? So unfortunately, a lot of you here, option number 3, you're very susceptible to people who are narcissists, right? You're very susceptible to the BS that people say in order to manipulate you. And quite a few of you, unfortunately, they're showing me that, you know, you put your heart and soul out there and people just took advantage of you. With the Two of Cups, you guys could be finding it hard to find a partner, the right partner. Some of you, there's a very, very big issue when it comes to self-acceptance of your body, self-acceptance of people giving you gifts without you feeling guilty. So there's a lot of conditions. This is what they're telling me, just flashing in front of my eyes, like conditional love, conditional acceptance. And I think you guys have been dealing with this for a very long time because, again, they're focusing my attention on the circle. They're saying it keeps going over and over and over again. The thing is, for a lot of you, my darlings, you're very intuitive, but you don't trust your intuition. Because your intuition is right, okay? But your intuition is right about people who you wanted to be wrong about. So you kind of don't want to listen to it when your intuition is ringing all of the bells and saying red flag, like no, because you're very kind-hearted and you're very understanding, and you were kind of made that way because you had to find excuses for your like early caregivers when they were being shitty to you, right? And that's absolutely normal. That's the way the psychology of a child works. They have to find, you know, a reason why somebody's behaving a certain way towards them. And especially if they're kind-hearted and compassionate, they usually tend to think, well, it must be me. I must have done something wrong, or must have said something wrong, or, you know, they had a long day, and so on and so forth. So option number 3, a lot of you don't kind of stop and think that, you know, the other person is just an a-hole and... yeah, they had a hard day and, you know, but it shouldn't be you who takes the blame for their hard day. It shouldn't be you who is always there as their, like, pocket psychologist, you know, their pocket therapist. Somebody they can just lean on and rely on when they need to, but, you know, when you need them, it's a different story altogether. And this whole story is kind of stopping you from fully becoming the Empress. A self-sufficient, self-aware person who knows what he or she wants and who can enjoy luxury. There's something about you guys and a block when it comes to luxuries, when it comes to abundance. Because once again, when we're stuck in codependent relationships, if we become independent, then it breaks the cycle. And subconsciously, you guys might be keeping yourself stuck in a particular situation or relationship dynamic because you feel you wouldn't be able to cope any other way with the devil over here. A lot of you are repressing your femininity, especially women over here that had to do a lot of things by themselves. Because I am seeing a lot of my ladies over here, there's a lot of disappointment in men because they were let down, because they were cheated on, because you kind of expected to have some sort of support, but you never really got it. So it's like this energy of like, I want to be with somebody good, but I keep attracting the same kind of person over and over and over again. And I feel like for quite a few of you, again, I want to come back to the Empress in reverse over here. Some of you might have issues when it comes to having children. It's either some of you don't want children at all, or some of you feel like you maybe missed the point in your life where you can have children. Like there's something to do with, womanhood, your hormones, and motherhood. And it's very different energies. They're showing you polarities. Like some of you like really don't want it, others of you really want it. But for all of you, the devil over here is present. And it's nothing scary, but it's definitely something to be aware of, something to see, because at least, now you can see. Let's take a look at your rune. Laguz. Okay, guys, so when we're talking about Laguz, when we're talking about this rune of magic and moving forwards and dealing with the subconscious, a lot of you are meant to reconnect with yourselves. Through spirituality, through psychology, through psychoanalysis, through meditations, through psychic work. And because there's a lot of magic that's going on over here. And a lot of people around you, maybe not so much now, but they're still present in your head. A lot of people who made you kind of question your magic, made you believe that you're not capable of something. A lot of gaslighting going on over here, by the way, guys, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But with this Laguz card, this Laguz rune, this is like, I don't know if you can feel it, if you can see it with your third eye, but there's this literally the energy that's starting to slowly spread on all of the cards. The beautiful blue energy. And they're saying that you have a lot of magic within you. And I'm not talking about magic woohoo. I'm talking about the magic is when we're able to control our energies, when we're able to manifest certain things. Magic is when we believe and when we achieve. When we start trusting our own guidance, when we start trusting our own energy. And for a lot of you, my darlings, again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, but this is a more feminine rune. So if you're male watching this, then this is just an indication that you need to heal things that have to do with your acceptance, with your intuition, and for some of you, issues with your mom, okay? With your mother. You're not believing in your own magic. For quite a few of you guys over here, you would be really good at reading tarot. You might already be doing tarot. Yeah, working with your hands, maybe Reiki healers. Some of you guys are literally mediums. But there's something over here, okay? And I don't like all those labels, but I'm still gonna use them for the sake of this reading because I think it's going to resonate for a lot of you guys. The person who you think they're your twin flame, they're not your twin flame. But the person who is truly going to be your person, however you want to call them, twin flame, soulmate, the ultimate boo, this is what I call them, right? they're going to activate something within you. And they're going to help you heal a lot of things. The paradox. And connect to heart, exactly what I've been talking about. Some of you guys might have a dog or even two dogs. I might have the special connection to dogs when we're talking about connect to heart. Because dogs are incredibly loyal. They're your friends, right? They are unconditional. Animals give us unconditional love. Apart from some cats. Some cats can be really nasty. But no, I'm just joking. Maybe I'm not. Anyways. But we're talking about unconditional love over here, right? The paradox is when we accept the polarities within us. And this is what they're saying, that you are a paradox, and that's okay. That you can't be like completely good, you can't be completely bad. You have a lot of sides to you, and that's okay. So why are you only accepting the sides that somebody said to you over here? But you know you have other sides. You know you have your intuition. You know you have your beauty. You know you have the ability to be a good parent. You know, even if it's just to, a dog or a cat or a goldfish or even a cactus. There are parts of you that you're not accepting because you think that you can only be like a triangle rather than this multi-dimensional star. So accept the paradox of being good even when you're being bad, and vice versa. Accept that there's a mix of things. And connect to the heart, connect to your heart. There's a lot of energy within you, within your heart. They're showing me that can open doors. And the universe has been creating this whole thing so that you can see it. So that you can get your guidance and that you can see what you're all about. Let's take a look at how you can do it. And then we'll take a look at what is most likely to happen if you do it. How the situation will be resolved, how it will affect you. But for now, let's focus on what what your next steps should be. How you can get out of this energy. King of Cups. Some of you guys are friend zoning. Friend zoning some people who have a lot of potential. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio coming through very strongly. Allow yourself to be loved by people who you wouldn't normally give the time of day to. It doesn't mean that you have to be with somebody you don't want to be with, but allow people to love you, allow people to give you compliments, allow yourself to be seen energetically. And they're saying don't try to control relationships. Don't try to control the outcome of things. Especially for men over here watching this, allow your creative side to surface. If you feel like you need to write a poem or you need to write a song or you need to paint something and somebody says it's not manly, what the hell are you doing? Do your thing. You do your thing. Right? For women, it's allowing them to be loved. To be given compliments to, and accept them, guys. Accept them. A lot of us, we don't know how to accept compliments. We don't know how to claim this energy. And somebody says you're beautiful, and are you comfortable? When somebody says you're beautiful, or you're like, yeah, no, but have you seen the size of my legs? Or I'm feeling puffy today, or do you know what I mean? It's like when somebody says something nice, you kind of find something else to say to make it less nice. Accept the love. The universe is showing you its love through people. Find that fire within you. A lot of you guys are witches, honestly. You guys are witches. Admit it. You guys are witches. You might have a cat, and this might be the cat I've been talking about. Embrace your magic. Embrace your sensuality. Embrace your charisma. Embrace all of that. Don't be afraid to wear something a little bit more daring, maybe. Yeah? See how people react. Obviously, be discerning, yeah? This has a lot to do about, yeah. Queen of Cups, beautiful. Somebody is going to be pregnant, guys, over here. If you really are wanting to get pregnant, regardless of the age, your situation, you will be a mom or a dad, right? You will be a parent, if this is what you really want. Let's take a look at how this situation is most likely to resolve and what the outcome is going to be like. Okay. You're not going to be afraid to make a mistake anymore. Interesting. And you're not going to, even if you make mistakes, very similar to option number 2, you're not going to give yourself a hard time over here. A lot of you here, you are either connecting with a person or finding a person, meeting a person. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it's going to be incredibly passionate. Incredibly passionate. Look at this. Look at the body. Oh my gosh. Look at how this person is going to look at you, my darlings. A lot of you guys are going to be able to see your own reflection and be like, damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm beautiful. Damn, I'm good looking. Even if nothing changed from yesterday when you didn't think that way. Allow people to admire you. Allow people to give you compliments. Allow people to be like, damn. And accept it. There's a lot of sensuality that's coming through over here. Charisma, passion, energy. Some of you guys, you're going to break up from, this codependent relationship. You're going to be like, see ya. See ya. Because there's something else. There's something better. Some of you might be in a, in a relationship where somebody is married or committed or doesn't want to get married or doesn't want to commit. And you're like, you know what? It's just not enough. It's just not enough. And look at this. Finally being seen. Finally, your magic is like, especially guys, if you are like tarot readers and Reiki healers and intuitives and of course, my darling creatives, there's this popularity that's coming through over here. Popularity. So not only are you going to be attracting people who are going to think that you are irresistible, but you're also going to be attracting people who are going to think that you're very good at what you do and you deserve to get paid for it and you deserve to like have this recognition. So claim it. Claim it like you're going to claim the energy of this reading, option number 3. All right, my darlings, this is where I'm going to end your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Make sure that your notifications are switched on to all so you don't miss out any of my other upcoming content. If you guys are up for personal reading, you feel you would benefit from personal reading with me, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So there's the link to my Patreon page with exclusive content, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. All right, my darlings, wishing you all the best. Take care of your amazing selves now. Bye.